Hello, am I audible? Please kindly mention and check it. Okay, thank you so much. So, good evening to one and all present here. I would like to warmly welcome you all to today's webinar on art therapy for working persons. In the series of Health Shots 2022 for Kanyathon, I am Manan Singh, student of IFIM College. I will be the host of the day. Kanyathon is the student annual sports-driven event. This year, it's back with its 11th edition. The mission of Kanyathon is to empower women and girls. We have achieved this through our own skills education center called Kanyathon Shiksha Kendra. We have raised more than 48 lakhs in donation for the cause, adopted villages in Kolar, and have touched more than 3 lakh lives. I would now like to invite Arouba Kabir for today's session. Arouba Kabir, mental health counselor, wellness coach, and founder of Enso Wellness, is one such distinguished expert in the fields of mental wellness and have been contributing to society in innumerable ways. She has been working as a mental health professional for 7 years, and the journey began when she was diagnosed with a genetic progressive mental condition called Cystic Fibrosis at the age of 21, and she sank into depression. After finding herself back, she decided to take psychology and got trained in various mental health therapies like cognitive behavior therapy, hypnotherapy, expressive art therapy, and yoga and meditations. She has been working with individuals, organization corporates, and support groups since. It's an immense pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you so much, Manan, and thank you so much for this platform. You guys are doing amazing thing, and I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like the participants to stay tuned with us for an amazing health buzz quiz and some amazing prizes coming your way right after the art therapy session. So without further ado, let's begin today's evening. Ma'am, first I want to ask you.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Ma'am, first I want to ask you some questions regarding mental health and your journey. Could you please tell us about your journey, like how you started this career and what consequences you faced and what achievements you got in this field?
This was never planned. I studied, actually, I wanted to become a journalist. First, I wanted to become a doctor, then I wanted to become a journalist. But in my graduation, while I was doing the mass comm, I had a subject, psychology, one of the subjects. And it was really interesting. I could understand myself more. It was amazing. But still, I was wanting to be a journalist. That is what I signed up for. But then I got diagnosed with a medical health condition, and which did not allow me to work according to the corporate hours, or maybe my health was not supportive enough and I got into depression. I was bedridden for quite a while. So when I got up and I was like, okay, what do I want to do? I have to continue therapy for myself and I have to take care of myself. I have to make changes in my lifestyle. That is how I was like, oh my God, I have a subject called psychology. Let me do something in that. So that is how it is. But more than that, I would today even say that, when people tell me that you have been helping us with your therapies, with your talks, with your awareness, I always tell them I'm just helping myself. On the way you are getting helped, I'm happy. But I'm basically this profession I chose for myself, and it is continuing to heal me before I help someone else to heal.
That's really amazing. Wow, ma'am. That's such an interesting journey.
Thank you, Manan. Thank you. And so far, achievements and all, I have no idea what is success for people. It is very different for different people. What might mean success to me might not mean to you. And that is what I always tell people, that we are all different people. And so don't compare yourselves. But if anybody asks me, do you feel you are successful? I feel I am very, very successful according to my the career path I have chosen, my health, my age, my gender, my culture, my religion. I feel that, I am very, very successful in my field. Yeah.
I agree, ma'am. That sounds really motivating.
Thank you.
Uh, Now, my second question is, what made you like, okay, like now it's done, like what you decided to become a therapist. And now the third question is, can you tell me about a time you had an angry client? How did you make progress with them?
The first and foremost thing about any emotion, be it anger, be it jealousy, be it guilt, be it embarrassment, or be it happiness, contentment, or joy, the first and foremost thing we have to understand that we have been blessed with each emotion. We don't go on a shop and buy it. It is within me. Jealousy is within me. Anger is within me. Contentment is within me. Happiness is within me. So that means there is a purpose for each and every emotion I have. The first thing, when somebody comes to me and says that I want to do anger management, it's not good to be angry. I tell them, oh my God, it's not good to be angry, but I want to have anger within me as well. It is how I navigate that anger, how I express it. That is something I have to learn. You don't have to remove the emotion anger, because if it was not needed, God would have not given it to you.
Oh,
Right. So
I,
first we have to make people understand that. Then we try to figure out, we try to find the root cause of the anger. Not what did you do when you were angry? No. What actually made you get angry? Where is the root cause? What is it, that you were having a conversation and you felt dominated? That's why you raised your voice. Is it that somebody did not ask you how are you doing and you felt not important? That's why you showed your anger. What is the root cause behind that anger? It's very, very important. So
true,
yeah.
ma'am. True. That's an amazing thought. That today I also got angry at something, and it's a very great like thought for me also. Thank you so much.
Most
Um,
welcome.
my fourth question is, as a student, for all of us who have participants, maximum of them are students right now. So we
Mhm.
go through a various kind of pressure and stress. So what would you recommend to us to handle the stress?
First and foremost, the most important thing is to understand what you're going through is valid. As I said, don't compare your journey with someone else. Just because Manan is able to run 5 kilometers or 10 kilometers, Arouba is not able to run 2 kilometers, I should not be hard on myself. I need to accept it that according to my resource, according to my condition, 2 kilometers is enough for me. The same way, we are constantly comparing ourselves with our peers. Oh, that person got into IT college. That person got this seat. That person has Apple Car watch. That person has a girlfriend. That person has a boyfriend. That person is wearing a branded clothing. But I forget, where do I come from? What is my resource? What is my priority? So stop comparing yourself with others. Your journey is beautiful as it is, because only you and you know your struggles. Maybe you come from a traumatized childhood, abused childhood. Your parents have been emotionally neglecting you, or maybe you come from a background where finances were not really great. Maybe you come from a background where you didn't go to a fancy English school. Maybe you come from a background where you didn't have understanding of physical health. All these things we have to understand. Are we recognizing them, validating them, or am I just comparing myself with somebody living in US and then beating myself up for that? Yeah. And I want to tell each and every teenager should keep this in mind, that their journey is unique. Second would be, ask for help. I know you, most of you, and think that people don't get us. Obviously people will not get you if you're not able to explain it. Why is there an expectation that just because Arouba has gone through my age, she will understand my age now? No, when Arouba was your age, she had different experiences, different priorities, different issues and challenges. So just because your parent has gone through your age, they might not understand your pain. So
That's
explain it,
really true.
ask for it. Stop saying you don't understand and just run away from the room, storm off. That is what I hear from most of the teens and young adults. They say that nobody understands my pain. Nobody will understand it if you're not able to explain it, because it is your pain. How are they going to understand it? So be a good communicator,
True.
communicate your needs, ask people for support and help. It doesn't make you any small, it doesn't make you any less of a person. It only makes you kinder and receptive, and you're going to learn more. Yes.
I totally agree with this, ma'am. I guess constant urge to fulfill our dreams. We forget what we have been through and we have right now. We all should start focusing on ourselves. I can just say this on what you said.
Yes.
Um, uh, Not last question. Many times, what happens? We don't really understand why you are feeling certain kind of emotions like anger or sad at anything. Why should we? How should we handle ourselves in those times, ma'am? Actually, I also face this kind of issue sometimes. Like sometimes I also feel very low. I don't know why, but I don't know the reason at all. But I just feel low. I just want to be left alone and why all this happens. And I have met many students of my colleagues also. They also faces the same issue. So
The thing is, what we
what
do
your
is, like,
points are?
it's like a glass, okay, and this glass is filled with water. It's like, filled with water, it's full. Now the glass is full and that water is stress, everyday tension, everyday stress, that fight with the colleague, that fight with your boss, that fight with your family member, that upsetness, that sadness, it's full, right? So when it will be full and you're not doing anything to de-stress it, you're not resolving it, obviously it's going to overflow. So on everyday basis, whether I have a problem or I don't have a problem, I should do certain things. For example, meditating for 10 to 15 minutes. For example, working out irrespective of my gender, my age, or whatever. Working out 30 to 40 minutes, sweat, run, exercise, do something. Journal, learn journaling. There was a reason that we were given a 4-liner notebook as a child, because it connects with my left brain, which is about rationality, analysis, reasoning. So when I write down with pen and paper, I am already rationalizing myself and understanding myself better. Do these things on regular basis. Have a hobby, follow a hobby, express yourself, learn saying no, stop being a people pleaser. And then whatever stresses are coming on the way, that's absolutely all right, let them come. The glass is never going to get overflowed, rather it is going to stay like this. Yeah.
That sounds so interesting and true, ma'am. Thank you so much for your guidance. Now I request you to kindly address the audience, our patient audience, and please take over. And
Wonderful, I will do that. So we are doing the art therapy, everybody has a pen and paper and colors.
yeah, ma'am, sure.
Wonderful. So can you just give me 2 minutes? I'm shifting my house and I'm taking the session from the mobile. Let me just figure out a place to keep it. Yeah.
Sure. I would like to every participants to please kindly ask your questions or anything what you are doing just in the chat box. And I would request everybody to take pen and paper. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. I would request everyone again, please take a pen and paper. Thank you so much and stay tuned.
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yes.
It's okay, ma'am.
Now I am here. Okay, this place looks better. So guys, when we talk about talk therapy, art therapy, people often think it is all about perfection, painting, colors, and all. But you don't have to be a painter, an artist to express your emotions through art. And today I'm going to teach you how can you help yourself on everyday basis. We all get anxiety. We all have these anxious feelings every now and then. Doesn't matter how much we work on ourselves, we still have them. And if you feel that I don't, even I have them. So now when we get these feelings, what can we do with colors or with some drawings that can remove these feelings from me? So now, first of all, I would like you all to close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, and take 5 deep breaths. Come on, guys, eyes closed, taking 5 deep breaths. Just focus on your breathing. Breathe in and breathe out. Now, think, what are you feeling? How are you feeling right now? Identify 3 feelings you're feeling right now. I'm not going to name it. I don't want to put it in your head, but just identify what are those 3 dominant feelings you are feeling right now, or maybe 1 dominant feeling you are feeling it right now. Once you have identified that feeling, write it down on a paper. And now, when you have written down your feelings you have felt, the next thing would be close your eyes again and imagine if this feeling, choose 1 feeling out of all the feelings you have identified, choose 1. And if this feeling had a shape, size, and color, how would it look? And open your eyes and draw it. Whatever you're feeling, you just have to represent it. You don't have to exactly, if you have thought about, oh, it's like a man, you don't have to exactly draw it like a man. Maybe draw 1 circle, draw 2 arms, and there it is, the man. So once you have drawn it, Manan, are you taking the session from the laptop?
Yes, ma'am.
You can see all the people in 1 frame, right? So let me know when people are done drawing it.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
As I said, you don't have to be a perfect artist. Just draw it, color it, give it a shape, give it a size, give it a form.
I kindly request everyone to draw.
And if you have drawn it, if you have identified it, now the next thing would be, if I don't want to feel this, for example, I feel sad. Now, how does this sadness look like within me? Maybe it looks like a smoke in my brain, or maybe it looks like gray color within my heart. So I draw it. Now, the next thing is, if I don't want to feel sad, How would I like to feel instead? Close your eyes, think about it. Oh, I would like to feel happier. What makes me happy? Playing in the park, and draw it. How would I look when I play in the park? And this is how, what you can do is you can change your feelings, what you're feeling right now, to what you want to feel instead. Now, two things happen. The first thing is you are getting that feeling of sadness out of your mind, putting it on a paper, giving it a color and shape and size. And second thing, you are identifying what I want to feel, and then I draw that. So you're withdrawing something from the universe and putting it inside. The first was you're withdrawing it from your brain and putting it in the universe. That is what is art therapy, one of the techniques. Now, sometimes we also feel, for example, I want to think about colors. Yellow color means happiness, green color means nature, white color means calm, red color means danger. But you have to ask yourself, what does red color mean to you? How do you associate it? Forget what studies and what Arouba or what somebody else says. No, for some, white is purity. For some, white is funeral. For some, green is oxygen. For some, green is hospital. For some, yellow is sadness. For some, yellow is warmth. It depends on how you look at it. So once I asked a client, I was a newbie in the therapy and I wanted everybody to go according to me. So I asked her, look at the blue bright sky. It's so amazing. And she told me, she's like, when I look at the sky, I feel lost. I'm like, and the reason being, she said, it's so huge and it's so vast. I feel lost. I feel confused. Where should I go? Now, her association with sky and blue color was being lost. For me, sky and blue color is having something over your head to protect you. Now you say, I have a different association with blue color. She has a different association with blue color. I have a friend, you tell her green, she will say hospitals. And reason being, she has spent most of the time in her childhood in hospitals for her health reasons. And the hospital curtains used to be green. The bedsheet used to be green. So for her, it is not a good color. For me, green is nature, oxygen, wow, life. So it all depends on who has what association with that color. So when you choose your feelings, when you want to draw your feelings, choose your own color. Don't think, oh, I have to make the sun yellow because everybody is doing that. Or the sun is yellow. No, maybe you don't. Maybe you want your sun to be pink. You want it white. You want it orange. So draw it according to you. It doesn't have to be according to someone else. Yes. So do we have any questions, Manan, so far?
I would like to request audience to kindly put your questions in the chat box if you have any.
Okay, meanwhile, I really wanted to talk about a couple of things, One is relationships. We all go through a lot of relationships, be it the relationship with my parents, be it the relationship with my friends, with my best friend, we think I can't live without, and or maybe a romantic relationship or something. Now, I understand with our parents, with our siblings, we do have fights, we do have issues, but then we get back. We are back there. Okay, not now, maybe later, but if we break up with our friends or a best friend or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or them friends, that becomes a problem. And moving on becomes a problem. Now, I really want to tell each one of you that, first of all, relationship should be, it should help you grow as a person. If it is putting rather limits, rather, why did you not call me? You did not call me for 2 hours. Give me the password of your phone. Or we should share the same Facebook account. Who was that friend of yours? Why were you studying until late? When these things happen, it becomes a limitation. Your partner is holding you back. Your friend is holding you back. Rather than focusing on your life, you're focusing more on the issues and challenges you're facing with them. Now, these are certain red flags you should see in friendships or romantic relationships. Number one, when you meet them or talk to them, you're on eggshells. That what if I say something and they get angry? What if I say something, they get sad? They feel upset about it. I'm not saying that you should speak disrespectfully and they would not get sad or upset, but normal conversations. You have to think twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times before saying something. So you're walking on an eggshell in a relationship. Second thing, when you meet them and when you leave and you're like, thank God. Like we meet those friends and we're like, thank God he's gone. Thank God she's gone. Thank God they're gone. No, when your friendship or your date is draining, exhausting, because you don't get along well really, but you are just doing it. Maybe we are, everybody knows that we are friends. Or maybe everybody has a boyfriend. What if I don't? So when that happens, that is second red flag. Third red flag, when you don't have privacy or when you don't give privacy. It should be Arouba, Manan. Arouba is an individual, Manan is an individual, 2 things. Then Arouba and Manan become one part. But it should not be that there is no Manan, no Arouba, there is just Arouba, Manan. Not at all. Because when that happens, there was this beautiful thing one Sadhguru said. I'm not a fan though, but yeah, I like this. So he said, understand and put it in your head very, very strongly that we are mortal beings. And when we say mortal, that means we die. And we can die at any point of time. Like I can drop dead now while talking. We can die anytime. Now imagine Manan and Arouba are best friends. Arouba does half of the things in Manan's life. And tomorrow Arouba dies. What happens to Manan? Manan becomes sad, upset. He takes a lot of time to figure out things for himself. It makes him feel half because Arouba was there doing half of the things. And that is not something we should have. Now, Arouba and Manan are best friends. Arouba should support, encourage, motivate Manan so much that he's doing each and everything on his own. He's growing gracefully rather than being dependent on me. And when I say dependent, that does not mean he would not ask me for help. He would. But if I don't do it, he would ask somebody else. He has resources. That is the kind of friendship, that's the kind of date we want. Who encourages me rather be myself, be more courageous than telling me, I'll do it for you. You don't have to do it. And then I don't know how to do stuff because somebody else is doing it for me, be it managing my finances, doing my college selections, or taking small or big decisions of my life. No. If you see that, that is another red flag in a relationship. The fourth thing which I feel really important in any relationship is love is one thing. But if you see there is no respect, no effort, and no reassurance, step back. Because sometimes we do fall in love with people who are not good for us. So this respect, effort, and reassurance shows us if the person is really investing in me as a friend, as a boyfriend, as a girlfriend, as them friends. I have to see. And fifth, learn saying no. What will happen if you say no? Oh my God, then he will not talk to me. She will not talk to me. Then I'm not a good person. Good people always take care of others. They become red carpet for others. No, that is not a good person. That is a nice person. And there is a difference between being kind and being nice. If you ask me, what would you like to become? I always say, I want to become a kind person, not a nice person. Nice person, Manan says something, I will say yes. Kind person, Manan says something, I know it is wrong. I would kindly tell him that, hey, listen, I know you're very enthu about this thing. You want to do this, but it is not going to be good for you. How about you do it this way? So I did say, I did convey, but in a kinder way, without breaking his confidence, without showing my ego, without getting angry, without breaking the relationship. But nice was people pleasing. Oh, yeah, you are right. And then I know that it is not right for Mana. So that is what? Stop being nice, be kind. So for kindness, the most important thing is learning saying no. Because I can't be kind and keep saying yes to everything and everyone. So that is, these are 3-4 things you should keep in mind when you're in a relationship. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this amazing advice on relationships. Now, ma'am, I wanted to ask you about your initiative you went opened in 2015, Enso Wellness. About that. Now, just now you mentioned that you're shifting from Gurgaon to Bangalore. So how this Enso Wellness works and like is this how it helps people?
So what happened when I started my career? I wanted to work with people who had chronic illnesses because I was one among them. I did work with them, and then I was like, but not everybody in chronic illness is willing to work on themselves. So I want to work beyond this. So I started working with more people. Now, more people, initially, when I was working with chronic people, and then I started working with older people, I used to visit their houses to help them. Because when I was unwell, nobody came to help me. So that was a lot of empathy that I wanted to do this, I wanted to change the world and everything. But then I realized I was able to see 2 people when I used to go to their houses. But I was able to see 4 people when they would visit me. When I was at one place and they would come because they were through 4 different people. And that is how people would get their unwell people, chronically ill people, or old people, or cancer patients to me for counseling. But they would end up taking sessions for themselves as well. And it started expanding. And then I thought, I don't want to give only counseling. I had done yoga, I had done meditations, I had done expressive art therapy. So we started conducting a lot of workshops at the studio. Was based on art, based on yoga, based on pottery, based on cooking, based on painting. And it was doing really well. And it was getting nice response, good clientele, good money, everything. And the pandemic happens. And pandemic says, wait, let me do my thing. So the studio closes. We closed the studio, we waited for some time. And then we started slowly going online because the whole model of Enso Wellness was switch off your phone, no internet, no checking in, no giving your second names, no giving your designations. Let's know you for who you are rather than what you are. So that was now online was all about what you are. It was all internet, Facebook, Instagram, designation, company, second name. But we somehow found a way. The counseling really went really well. And then webinars went really great. And I realized that through online platforms, I was able to help more people. I was able to create more awareness because right now I have clients in Finland, Ireland, UK, USA. I have clients in Coorg. I have clients in Andhra Pradesh. I have clients in smaller cities, small places, somewhere from Mangalore and all that stuff. So it was where we thought online is not good, but online really did connect me with lots and lots of people. I did webinars for Sri Lankan universities and companies and all. So I have been, for last 2-3 years, I've been doing global work. So pandemic, okay, I'm not saying it is good, what happened, but we just have to see what can we do better in that. That is what Enso Wellness is all about. I wasn't able to shift to Bangalore before, as I said, I do have a medical condition, and in Delhi, Gurgaon, the pollution is really bad. I wasn't able to shift before because of my studio, and now as pandemic relax, I was like, I am going, I am leaving. So yeah, I shifted to Bangalore. This is first day here. We're still settling down.
Welcome to Bangalore, ma'am. Now,
Thank
ma'am,
you.
I would like to ask another question. Actually, this is my question. I have met many people, and including me also, complaining about overthinking. How to stop overthinking? Actually, many people, actually every people is facing this kind of problems.
Absolutely, absolutely. Overthinking is something we all do. But if I am somebody where I'm getting stuck in the loop, continuously overthinking, then I really need to see that what am I overthinking about? What is it? Is it that conversation I had with my colleague? Is it that financial responsibility I took recently? Is it that relationship I am in or I am out of? All these things. I need to first see what are these thoughts? What is overthinking about? Now, we all have to understand that my mind's way of protecting me is to give me reminders. For example, I have to submit an assignment and I am not working on my assignment. My mind will keep giving me reminders until and unless I don't do it. So that is what becomes overthinking. Now, in a way, it is your mind's job to protect you and it is giving you those reminders. So why not figure out what is it giving me the reminder about and how can I resolve it? Now, two things happen. Either it is in my control and I can resolve it, or it is not in my control and I cannot resolve it. Now, what is in my control, I should work on that. What is not in my control, I should see that what is the best way to go about it. Because sometimes in my control is to call you, but in my control, it is not you should pick up the call. So I need to do my bit, that I did my bit. Now, why should I think about why is Manan not picking up my call? Maybe Manan is busy. Maybe today I missed a lot of calls. It was not I was avoiding the calls, but it was just that I didn't have network inside my house. I was figuring out how to port my number, how to get the Wi-Fi done and all. And a lot of people must have thought, oh, we are not important to her. That's why she's not picking up the call. But you have to understand that it is not always about you. When we sometimes overthink about something, everything is not about us. It could be about that person also you are thinking about, overthinking about. Overthinking in a lot of things is good. For example, buying a policy, deciding your career, deciding where to get married, who to get married to, deciding where to go for a holiday. You overthink a little, you take a best decision. But this overthinking, when we do about things we shouldn't, then it becomes something where we get stuck. Now, what can we do? Start meditating. Meditation grounds us, balances it. It brings us back from the future and from the past to the present. What is overthinking about? Either about past or future. So meditation will help you centralize. Second, exercise every day, irrespective of your things, irrespective of your how busy you are. Take 20 to 30 minutes every day and exercise, because when you exercise, feel good hormones release from your mind, from your brain, endorphins. It releases, it makes you feel fresh. When you are fresh, thoughts will be fresh. You have good sleep, you have good appetite when you exercise. That would be second thing. Third thing, whenever you are overthinking about something, know that, hey, listen, you are not the center of the universe. Not everything revolves around you. Maybe your problem is big, but somebody else's problem will be bigger. So do your bit, leave rest. You cannot be everywhere. You cannot do everything. So prioritize. And then see how the overthinking stays. But if it is still there, then you should definitely go for professional help. Okay, I cannot hear you, Mana.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your advice. So there is a question in the chat box. I would just, how to overcome depression when something's or wrong thing happens? Sometimes wrong thing
Okay.
happens.
Now, first of all, depression and being upset or being sad are two different things. Okay. Depression does not happen overnight. So we should not use this term so loosely that I feel depressed because I didn't get my favorite pizza. I was waiting for so long, I felt depressed. He didn't come and I felt depressed. No, we don't feel depressed. Depression is a it's a medical mental health condition, a disorder. When I am not taking care of myself, my emotions, my thoughts for a long time, I often fall into depression. And I have some traumatic experience in life, maybe a bad accident, maybe an abusive relationship, maybe some accident which really shook me. I can fall into depression. So that is depression. Now, what we're talking about here is that is sadness, being upset. Okay, what can I do to overcome it when it keeps happening? Maybe understanding life more, understanding your needs. See, a lot of people tell me that I feel lonely. I'm like, okay, have you been trying to reach out to people? No, people should reach out to me. Well, you feel lonely. They don't feel. So if you are feeling it, go for it. Ask for help. What might be, maybe celebrating birthday to me might be important. Maybe to my partner, it is not important at all. So since it is important to me, I should remind him that, listen, my birthday is coming. Why is there so much of expectation on people and very less from your side? Right now, birthday is occasional, it comes once a year, so I can remind my partner every year. But throwing the towel on the bathroom floor is everyday thing. Now, if I tell my partner don't do it and he still does it, then I might really have to sit and have a serious chat about it. There I need to be considerate. I can say twice, thrice, four times that, listen, this is something which annoys me. This is not something I want to live with. How about you put your towel on the stand rather than putting it on the floor? And if they still don't do it after four times, maybe you are not having a serious chat with them. Okay. But birthdays, shopping, holidays, asking for something, occasional, I can do that all my life. I don't have a problem with that. Because for 25, 20, or 30 years, I had a different life, different upbringing, different issues, different challenges, different problems. And that person had it all different. Now, how can I expect that they should understand it? Now, with my parents, people would say with family. For me, losing 5 rupees might be very crashing for me right now because I'm not earning money. But for my father, losing 50,000 might be very big thing because it is an investment. So where I am in tension, they are also in tension. So sometimes they might not listen to us. Though that is no excuse for a parent not to understand you or listen to you. But after 18 years, after 20 years of age, it is in your hand. Do you want to be stuck in that childhood and say that people should do things for me? Or do you want to grow up, become an adult and take an action and get the things you want? Take the actions which are helping you. Yes.
That's a really wonderful advice. Thank you so much on this. Ma'am, ma'am, as you said before, a person should work on him or her. We should perform meditation, learn our hobby, and start exercising. But ma'am, does diet plays an important role in this?
Very important role. The only reason I don't talk about diet, then people want to ask me diet, recommendations or suggestions. And I really tell people that I live with a medical condition where I have a tendency of losing weight. And that makes me to have each and everything. I am asked by my nutritionist to have parathas and butter and ghee, which other people are asked not to have. I am asked have it to maintain my weight in a healthy way, good health. Now, when I tell people that diet plays a very important role, they're like, what should we eat? Should we eat this and that? I have no idea, but I will give you a very simple example how diet is important to us. For example, if I'm hungry, I can get irritated. I can show anger. I can go and shout at my partner or my mother. That will lead to a fight. So a hunger can do this small, simple thing. So that is the reason that we need to eat sufficient food. We need to eat healthy food. Foods which do not give me acidity, because if it gives me acidity, I am irritated. How can I talk to people pleasantly? If I have digestive issues, how can I be pleasant to people? So that makes it very important for us to have healthy diets. Make sure that you eat well, you eat 3 meals a day, on time, have consistency. Our mind feeds on consistency. Give it some predictability.
This is a wonderful advice. Thank you so much. And your case is very quite funny too. Ma'am, last question about mental health. Nowadays, nobody talks about mental health, and it's not. We can say that students also face mental health issues a lot, but parents can't understand it. So, how the students can deal the mental health alone, or how can he or she can handle?
Okay, I might sound rude. I might sound a little rude here. But when this same kid, same teenager, is capable of having a crush, date someone, lie to parents, why is this kid not capable of Googling it, following the right people, listening to their talks, asking for help, going for free therapy? It's priority, right? We don't prioritize it. It's not that we cannot. See, our parents knew giving food, giving education, giving clothing is very important. They gave us all the three, right? According to their resources, whatever resources they had, they gave us best of the education, they gave us food to eat, they gave us clothes to wear. But they did not know there is something called mental health, because nobody told them. It's not that they know it, they keep it in a closet and they're like, I am not going to give you this understanding. They don't have it. When they don't have something, how can they give you? But they gave you very important thing, that is education, which in today's times, I had my first email account in first year. The first time internet access was in my first year. I had my first mobile in first year. Now today you say, we have internet from day one. It is how you use your resources which they gave you. And in fact, using those resources, you can help them understand their mental health. But it is all about, do you think that you want to do that? And I understand it is difficult for each one of us because we were not taught. We were not told something that is called mental health. But hey, when I'm capable of having a smoke with my peers or trying that weed or sleeping around, I am capable of understanding my mental health too. I'm not saying, I'm not judging you. All I'm saying is that when I'm capable of doing all other things, why not this? I can do it. Follow the right people on Instagram. A lot of students follow me, a lot of youngsters follow me. And yes, I might not give free therapy, but sometimes when I see a real, genuine question, I do send a voice note back. I do answer in my live. So maybe that is something you can do, but know that all your emotions, what you're going through, doesn't matter the stage. It is valid. Take help, take support. And now, as much as we would say that people are not talking about mental health, people are because of pandemic. Because of pandemic, the stigma is reducing, it is getting lesser. So take advantage of it.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this wonderful knowledge about mental health and everything you shared with us. Thank you so much. This webinar surfaced heights in letting us know the significance of mental health, art therapy, relationship advices, and everything. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Manan. Thank you so much for having me. And guys, thank you so much for being here. Can I leave?
Just for 5 minutes, ma'am. Just 5 minutes more. Thank you. I would like to just make some announcements here. Yeah. A big shout out to our Oracle volunteers for supporting and making this event turn out into such massive heights. Now, since we are done with the mental health session, let's have a quick quiz. I would like all of you to take part in the quiz, and the person who uploads the first correct answer to the quiz on the Kanyathon Instagram page gets amazing goodies coming your way. I would like the audience to ask for any questions they have. Please mention your question in the chat box. So, are you excited for the health buzz quiz for today? So, question is: name the initiative started by Arouba Kabir in 2015. We shall announce winners soon, and stay connected with us for many more such amazing events coming your way. Now, I would like to announce the winners of the morning session. Actually, this session didn't happen. Okay. Keep connected with us for Kanyathon. Last but not the least, we would like to thank our sponsors: breakfast partner Unibic, nutrition partner Yoga Bar, snack partner Licious, energy drink partner Red Bull, NGO partner Cry, electronic partner Baron Electronics, skin and hair partner Cosmoderma. With this, we sign off for today's event. Thank you everyone for being such an amazing audience, and thereby request everyone to stay tuned and participate in our morning session tomorrow. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being with us. It's good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Manan.
Yeah.
Good night, guys.
I would like also everyone to follow ma'am on her social media account.
Most welcome.
So with this, I wish a great day and everyone ahead to one and all. Thank you, and see you soon. Thank you so much, ma'am. Kindly everyone attend the session tomorrow morning at 7. Thank you so much. Now everyone may leave. Thank you so much.